I messed it up already. Hello, hello, world. My name is Ashley Collins, aka the Aunt of Dragons, and I'm nervous because this is my very first Queen of Hearts table talk, and I have four fierce, powerful, very kind women here right now, and I want them to go around and introduce themselves. So, Energy, can you start by introducing who you are?
All right. Hey, everyone. It's me, Energy. I am a singer slash songwriter slash grad student, and I'm here to talk to you lovely ladies. I'm just really excited to be here. So thanks for having me.
All right, Jazz, who are you?
Hey, you guys. I am Jazz, the Queen Lioness. I like to go by Jazz of all trades because I'm into some of everything. I'm a financial coach. I'm also a certified nail technician, and I can make press-ons. So holla at your girl, okay? And I'm also on Everyday Heroes with Ashley.
All right, Britt, who are you?
Okay, so hi guys, Brittany. I go by the YouTube name Britt the 5-Star Chick. I just turned 25 and I do heels dance, and I'm also a student for digital media and audio production. And I just want to thank Ashley for having me. I really do appreciate it.
And then Victoria, who are you?
Hey guys, so I'm Victoria. I'm 24, college student, and I have a podcast that I do. It's called Served on Sundays. I just so happen to be wearing the shirt. That wasn't planned or anything. Not self-promoting or nothing. But yeah, so that's what I do right now. And I wear many other hats, but right now the focus is on Served on Sundays.
All right, so I'm going to have to request that when you guys aren't talking to mute yourselves because there's a bit of an echo that's happening right now. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so we're gonna first start off with an icebreaker. We're gonna do Mad Libs. You probably don't remember this from school. Just to break the ice since we don't really know each other. So I'm going to do a Christmas Mad Lib. Okay. So the first thing is I need a last name. Jazz, give me a last name.
It's Baez.
Biden? Biden?
Yeah, vote for Biden. Baez.
Oh, bias. Okay. Brittany, give me a verb. You're muted.
Run.
Run?
Yeah.
Okay. Energy, give me an adjective.
Excited.
Excited?
Excited
Okay.
is an adjective, right? Yeah.
Victoria, give me a verb ending in ed.
Kicked.
Kicked. Okay. Jazz, give me a degree.
Like a master's?
Sure. Oh, master's? That's the answer? Master's? All right. Energy, give me a verb ending in ing.
Dancing.
Dancing. Okay. Britt, give me another adjective.
Happy. Would that be an adjective?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay.
we're learning together. All right. All right, Victoria, give me a number.
3.
Okay. Jazz, give me a unit of time. Oh, you froze. Oh no, she froze. Okay, Energy, give me a unit of time.
Minutes.
Okay. And then Britt, give me a guy's name.
We'll say let's see. George.
Okay. me get Jazz back in here. Okay, we can see you.
Hey y'all.
No problem. Okay.
Okay,
Energy, give me a city.
3:33.
Oh, we're already past that. Energy, give me a city.
City. New Brunswick.
Okay. All right. Victoria, give me a female name.
Jazz.
Okay. Jazz, give me a superlative.
What's a superlative?
Like a reward. Oh no. We're lacking. Okay. Victoria, give me a superlative.
What did you say a superlative is?
Like a award, like most popular, most dramatic.
Oh, most annoying.
And most annoying. Okay. All right. Jazz, give me an animal.
Lion. Oh.
Okay. All right. Brittany, give me an adjective.
Let's see. Crazy.
Okay. Energy, give me a state.
New Jersey.
Okay. Victoria, give me a season.
Summer.
Okay. Jazz, give me a give me a superlative.
Most likely to succeed.
All right, Brittany, give me a emotion.
We'll do sad.
And then Victoria, give me an adjective.
Daring.
Damn. That's an adjective. You right. And then Jazz, give me something that relates to you.
Nails.
All right. You guys ready? Okay. So, greetings, Baez family. I run you a Merry Christmas and an excited New Year. Oh, this is so nice so far. Okay, I like this so far. Okay, so it's time for the yearly wrap up of Kicks Life, which I'm sure you all wait for in anticipation. In 2011, I mastered dancing, which means my parents are happy. Oh, this is so nice. Oh my gosh, my parents are so happy in minutes. Joy that it only took me, minutes, years. My bad, I messed up. Okay, but anyway, don't worry. I only have 2 Georges left. In other news, I'm still happy living in New Brunswick with Jazz, the most annoying lion in the world. It's been way too crazy in Jersey, but it's finally starting to feel like summer. Wishing you a, what did I write down? This is something with a W, with an S. I'm going to say sweet holiday in sad. Sarah, your damn nails. That was so nice. That was actually really sweet. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get down to the nitty-gritty, shall we? Okay. So the very first question
I mean,
that I'm going to ask,
the lion part.
okay, so the very first question. So with artificial intelligence developing to the fact that you don't really need a physical partner, And for those of you who have seen the film Her with Joaquin Phoenix, aka the Joker, aka he was in Signs, whatever, whatever. In the film Her, he falls in love with an AI, and it's kind of sweet, but also very kind of disturbing. So my question is for all of you, what is the incentive to have a physical partner when you can have an AI to take care of you? And I want to start with Victoria.
Dang. Sorry, it wouldn't let me unmute myself. Okay,
No, you're fine.
so you said the benefits of having a physical partner over
Yeah.
having someone like of artificial intelligence. Okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like some people have the love language of touch. So you would want to feel like a certain emotional connection to somebody. Like some people need that type of validation in their life. So I would say like that's more of the benefit of having like a physical person. And then not only that, like somebody who is just like somebody who's out there and is somewhat like the good fit for you, like that's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of cool rather than like trying to like control it, if anything, like coming by people by chance and whatnot and then just so happening to connect. I think that's really dope. So I feel like that's the benefit of having an actual physical partner.
All right, Brittany, what are your thoughts?
So yeah, I agree with Victoria. I think having a physical partner, like you can't really duplicate like your emotion. Like we have like the five senses, and with a robot, like you just can't duplicate like all those feelings that you would get. But I do understand why people would like consider like a robot, because people in this world, like they're changing every day, and it's hard to like even meet friends and like partners who like meet your needs and your standards. So I can understand why people would go and like want to be with like a technical AI or something.
And Jazz, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's important because, for partner, you also have the opportunity to have new experiences, because you don't know what their walk of life was. So that is a definitely big reason for me, especially, and that's something I look for in a partner. So shoot, I can tell you what to do all day, but I'm down for the experience.
Energy, what are your thoughts?
I honestly agree with everyone. I feel as though humans crave connection, we crave relationships, and having artificial intelligence is cool because I feel like it's just the era of our technology. We're going into this year into years where everyone's on their phones, everyone's communicating electronically. So I feel like that human connection is already starting to break apart. You can kind of see it. But I think overall, like just having that connection with a human being, with another living individual, you can't replace that.
Are any of you worried that you are replaceable because there is AI? Gonna go back to Victoria.
Oh my.
I'm gonna go to Brittany. Are you worried that there is AI?
Yeah, I'm a little worried because even like when you go to like restaurants and stuff, like everything is evolving and growing, and like you can walk into like a fast food place and you won't even be helped by a real person. You got to go to like the kiosk. So I think over time, I don't know if it's in our generation, but it will definitely happen.
What about you, Jazz?
Um, as far as with men, no,
Yeah,
I don't
with
have
men.
any worries. I'm just waiting. But like Brittany said, like Brittany said, that's a really great point. With it taking over the workplaces and everything. So yeah, no, I'm not worried.
What about you, Energy?
I don't think I will be replaced. I feel as though I feel like people like after like generations, I feel like they will be able to be replaced with other people. But if you've already like have these connections, you have these establishments with other human beings, I don't think you could be replaced.
What about you, Victoria?
So the question was like about being replaced by artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
Um,
romantically, primarily.
romantically. No, yeah, I just don't see it happening. I really don't. I mean, I feel like if anything, it would be a good placeholder. You know, when you go through a breakup and you need somebody, instead of having like another person that you just run to and repeat the cycle with. I mean, perhaps you can have an artificial, like a robot that's like programmed to get you through so you can be ready for like an actual physical connection, but I don't see it actually replacing. So,
So all of you are very unique in the fact that you're spiritual, religious, you all have your own beliefs, and I would love to hear your perspectives on what is the difference between being spiritual versus religious. We'll start with you, Jazz.
Well, with religion, for definitely, I know it just comes with a lot of rules. And
Hmm.
I don't have issues with rules, but nobody's perfect. And with spirituality, I just feel like there's so much more freedom. I feel like I have more control with what's going on versus putting my fate in someone else's hands. And it's crazy because I'm Christian based. I have a Christian based foundation, but as I've gotten older, I feel like I am much better as an individual through spirituality. So I think it's about whatever floats your boat. Whatever works for you, whatever helps you become a better person. That's go for it. But religion, it's been here for centuries. Spirituality has been here for centuries. Um, I just believe the freedom is the difference.
Hmm. Victoria, what do you think?
um, this, oh, okay. So I feel like I agree with Jazz with the freedom aspect of it. I feel like religion is definitely fear based, if anything, uh, because like Jazz was saying, like nobody's perfect. You can't really not sin. Like like you're gonna sin every day according to the Bible, because there's only like so many ways to avoid things, especially like in this day and age where temptation is literally like just down the street. Like shoot, I'm in Las Vegas, temptation's everywhere. So I'm just saying, like, I feel like with spirituality, um you still have a relationship with God and everything, but it's more of like a personalized relationship. It's not necessarily like a one thing fits all, because that's also something like Christianity or religion, I'm sorry, religion in general promotes. It's just like everybody has to go by this in order to like live a good life, when really everybody has like a different formula of like what they should and shouldn't encounter. So that's my thoughts on it.
What are your thoughts, Energy?
I'm sorry. So I had to like cut
Oh,
off
sorry.
because
No,
I can't.
my question was, what do you think is the difference between, or if there even is a difference between religion and spirituality?
Okay. Religion. I feel like religion has more um restraints. to me, and this is just because of like my personal life with religion and spirituality, because I've had the experience with both. With religion, it can sometimes put us in boxes, and we're not allowed to necessarily do certain things. So you're constricted. You're naturally set to these sets of rules that you need to abide by, or you want to abide by, in order to gain whatever rewards are there for that particular religion. I feel like spirituality is more where you are in charge of your journey, and you are able to grow deep and learn new things about yourself, not just about the religion or the people, the characters in the religion. You are the main character in spirituality. So you're learning about yourself, you're growing deeper, evolving and changing, and breaking down concepts that you've grown up with, and just establishing a new way of life, your way. So I like spirituality a lot because I feel like it's a intimate relationship with yourself, and you also are exploring and learning new things about the world around you too. That is just beautiful.
Right, Britt, what are your thoughts?
So like Jazz said, I was also raised like in like for Christian beliefs, and I did go to church and like make my first communion and stuff. But a few years ago, after my dad passed, I noticed myself being more spiritual, and I don't know why, but I never could really relate to any of the things in churches. And I've been to different churches like Christian, Baptist, but it just didn't do it for me. And I think like also with religion, it's like kind of like a cult in a way, because like I feel like it's like very phony. Like you can go to church and then still sin the next day. But if you're really like a spiritual person, you'll always do your best to be good to people and to connect with God no matter where you are.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so when that comes to mind, speaking of religion, are you a good witch or a bad witch? Starting with Victoria. Oh, you're still muted.
Okay.
All right, Jazz, are you a good witch or a bad witch?
I don't really want to label myself. But I know when with practicing spirituality, I do whatever works for me. Whether it's working with crystals or working with candles, or just working within. I just do what feels right. So if we're gonna put a label on it, you know what I'm saying, we can say a good witch. I don't do the love spells, or I don't do love spells, and I don't do like what do they do, like curses and stuff like that. If anything, I keep it personal. So yeah.
All right, Britt, are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Yeah, I would say I'm a good witch. I don't do no curses or none of that stuff.
All right. Victoria, are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Oh, yeah, so I wouldn't really consider myself like a witch at all. So
Why do you
I
say
guess
that?
I don't know. I guess not. Just because, I don't know. Like, because I grew up in an African household. So if my mom heard me say I was anything like that, she would, scold me. But so I just never grew up referring to myself as that. And I never engaged in anything like that.
All right, Energy, are you a good witch or a bad witch?
I'm a good witch.
All right, cool. Okay, so this whole pandemic going on, things are opening, closing a lot, right? And it literally changes every day depending on like how people obey. Recently in California, in some counties, they have closed some of the churches but they have opened a lot of the strip clubs. What are your thoughts on that? Victoria, you're gonna go first.
Um, them opening strip clubs. I mean, people need to get paid. Honestly, I don't see an issue with anything being open in general. To be honest with you, I feel like people need to get paid, and it's kind of apparent that the COVID thing is not really going anywhere. So it's better to just adjust to it, so that way we can build our immune systems up just in case, we do get exposed to it. So, I mean, I'm for it, really.
All right, Britt, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy that, I mean, I agree. I think everything should be open because, you can have these big box stores open, but yeah, they're going to close the small businesses so people can't make money. But I think it's a government thing. Obviously, they're going to keep the strip clubs open because they want to make money, but from a church, they're really not going to make no money from it. So it's all a money thing.
And just a reminder, guys, when you're not talking to mute yourselves because there is some background echoes going on. Thank you. Energy, what are your thoughts?
I agree with what Britt said. I feel like everything is about business. Just how you have, marijuana dispensaries that are open for business and other places aren't. It's what's most profitable at that time. So, and plus, I feel like maybe I think I would probably like churches to possibly like be closed and strip clubs not, because you're dealing with a different type of demographic too. You have a lot of older people that might be going to church that really need to be social distancing, and if everyone's congregating and staying there for hours and having food and fellowship, like all those things, it opens up the doors and the risks to other people contracting it. So
I didn't think about that at all. Jazz, what are your thoughts?
Shut it down. Shut everything down. Lord, can we please quarantine correctly? Because
Honestly.
I just really, I really feel like it could have been, we could have gotten ahead of it when it first got here. I live in Florida. Florida is a savage state. We've been out here partying, living our best life. And it's that's why the virus is still spreading. You know what I'm saying? So I think the strip club shouldn't be open? No, I think they need to close too, because you don't need no lap dance right now. We talking about health is wealth, baby. You hear me? So, I mean, at least if you go to church, you can actually spread out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can sit 2 rows from Sister Jones. Okay, you ain't got to sit that close to her. Don't you touch and agree. Okay, not today. All right. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I think everything should just be closed.
You were so Joe Brown's sister. That was the best response. Thank you. Okay. So to keep it lighthearted, since we've been talking about heavy subject for the past couple of seconds, a little bit of context about myself for people who have watched my journey on my YouTube channel. I'm very attracted. If you're broke, I like you a lot. If you have a lot of issues, I like you a lot. So I've had sex with one rich guy and I was very bored, So my question is, are broke people better in bed than people who are financially stable? We're going to start with you, Britt, because you smirked a little bit.
Oh, good Lord. So yeah, you know what? I'm broke and my man's broken. We have the best sex, so that's it. It's okay.
It's okay. All right, Energy, what are your thoughts?
I don't know, because I've had sex with broke dudes. Have I had sex with rich dudes? I mean, no. So, and it was good. So I can't really. I feel like that is not a. I don't know. That's not a factor to me. It's not something that I've ever thought about, or like, oh, like, is that gonna make it any better? I think, like, for me, it's just like, if the person's cool, our energy is vibing, we gonna have a good time. So that's what I'm thinking.
All right, what are your thoughts, Jazz?
Well, your girl has had both best of both worlds, and
For
I'm gonna just
ambassador.
say this. I'm gonna just say this. Maybe broke people are good at sex because they have more time to do it in practice. All right. Maybe that's the little razzle dazzle sprinkle. But I mean, if they're, I mean, it can. I don't know. I don't want to get too deep because your girl nasty, nasty. Pray about it.
Okay. Victoria, do you think broke men have sex better than men who are rich?
I mean, not necessarily. I've had bad dick from broke men, so I mean, I feel like it just all depends on, like, your experiences and like, how willing you are to do certain things and learn certain things. I know some men are just really like set on just doing, I don't know, like some of the most boring stuff because that's the only way that they, like, some guys are only concerned with like how they're gonna, get off, and they're not really focused on the whole experience. So, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they all have good dick.
You
I'm
right.
not gonna put that out there.
Okay, so let's say you have a choice, right? Would you rather your parents see a video of your sex tape, or would you rather them see a history of your sex history? And if you're gonna go first with you.
You said you're starting with
Definitely.
me.
Oh,
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
feel.
energy.
Oh,
Why do you want me to so you were like ready to answer that question?
Okay, so me, my turn.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure, because
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like lagging a little
energy,
bit.
energy, yeah.
Okay. I would definitely say let them see the sex tape, because that's one and done. If they knew the history, they would be. I feel like either way, it's gonna be detrimental, and everybody's gonna be upset. But I would rather it be a one-time incident, get that quick, because I'm 30 and I've had 30 years of some interesting experiences. So, yeah.
All right, Britt, what do you say?
Yeah, definitely. I'm very like a private person, like even in public. So definitely, I wouldn't let them see the tape, but the history, yeah, because I don't really got much history, so I wouldn't be ashamed or anything.
All right, Victoria, what do you have to say?
Yeah, okay. I don't know if I could do. I mean, because my parents really don't ever know if I'm dating someone, so I just feel like both of those things would be extremely awkward. So I guess, yeah, I'll show them the past. By then everything is like, why are you talking to me about it? Because it's already been done. So I'll show them that the dating history.
All right, Jazz.
First of all, Ma need to mind her business, okay? Because that's my business, all right? But shit, y'all, my daddy had 11 kids. He ain't seen that night. I'm just kidding. But yeah.
That's so funny. You all said history, but for me, I said sex tape because I'm like, my mom has never really seen art before, so I would love her to see real art before she passes. So, wait, who said something? Oh no, that's my echo. It's my voice echoing. But yeah, I would love to see let my mom see real art before she passes. Like, oh look, this is like, visual art. But okay, cool. So in the classic Greek, I don't know why there's an echo. In the classic Greek play Lysistrata, which was adapted recently in the film Chirac by Spike Lee, the women in the town abstain from sex from their husbands in order to get the men to stop from fighting in war. This is a two-part question. And if you forget the second question, I will remind you. Do you think that abstaining from sex, that way men can stop from fighting from war, is an effective strategy? And the second part question is, what role do women play in war? And we're going to start with Britt.
So as far as it being an effective strategy, I feel like it has like a part to play. Maybe not like a big part, but it's hard for guys to go without sex. So I feel like that's a good way to like, put them on a leash. But as far as women and like their role in the war, I would say they play like a good hospitality role.
Hi, Victoria.
Yeah, I guess it's effective. Actually, you said to stop for more. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it's effective. I don't know how effective it is, actually. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on that one.
Think out loud.
I don't think it's that effective.
Think out loud.
Abstaining from sex to not go to war. I mean, I just feel like that's not healthy all the way. I just feel like some people, they need to get it in to really be in a great mental state. And I feel like when they don't, like that's just going to cause tensions to rise. Like, don't you feel like, they're gonna feel like they have a reason, they're gonna find a reason to go to war just because they're just so tensed up. So I feel like nah, they should get laid so that way, there's some peace going through the air just a little bit. But and then that second part question, what role do women play? I feel like women these days are just a part of the like fight as men are. Like I mean they up in there too. So I feel like if anything they're natural born leaders. Like they don't really need to be trained for it. And they can follow their intuition and really lead by that as well. So yeah.
Josh, what are your thoughts?
I think that if we don't get it in, it's gonna be a war in the house. So, and then scientifically speaking, like Victoria said, I don't know if y'all know, but us women, when we don't orgasm, we become manic. Okay, so honey, we got to get it. Otherwise, the whole
Look
world
at
gonna
Victoria.
burn down.
Look at Victoria.
Okay. As far as other than that, what role they? We the captain of the ship. What do you mean? We should be leading these things. At least it'll be strategic. I'm just saying. That's all.
Okay, energy. What are your thoughts?
I agree with Jazz all the way. Okay. I feel like yeah, I don't think it's like a great strategy. I think greed and power would like entice men more than sex. Like they want that. So if they didn't have sex, I think they'll be all right. I think the role that it plays is we are very powerful. Women are incredibly powerful, and like a lot of men like to think that they're the head, but I like to think that we're the neck that turns the head, that has all of this control. So when we embrace who we really are and realize that we are very dominant and we are very powerful, then that's when lots of different things will be changed too.
Wow.
I like that, the neck that turns the head. That was really good.
that was Wow, I never really thought of that.
Well, like,
Wow. Okay. So in the film slash novel Gone Girl, written by Gillian Flynn, um, the main character who fakes her death in order to frame her husband talks about how she all her life she tried to be the cool girl in order to get a man to stay. What are your thoughts on the cool girl syndrome? And Energy, I would like to start with you.
Okay, like when you talk about the cool girl syndrome, like what does that exactly mean? Like just being like,
How you like you watch all the sports with them, you eat all the chicken wings with them, you like you do everything that he likes to do in order to get him to like you
oh, then
because you're
that's like,
cool.
oh, that's mad phony though. Because if that's not who you are, and like I can understand like compromising and getting to like be in that person's life and perspective and like learn from them and like see what they like to do. Like I would participate in certain things, but not make it solely like that's all I'm gonna do is whatever you want. I'm gonna please you to be cool to stay in this relationship with you, because then where's my authenticity? Like they're not getting to know the actual me. They're getting to know this fake person just to be with them. And yeah, it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't work. Overall, it's not going to work well.
Victoria, what are your thoughts?
So I took the cool girl thing as a different way. I don't really like, hang with the boys. I kind of make it clear I'm not really into that type of shit. But um what, was considered being like the cool girl is being like real down to like, to have sex or whatever. And like me, I've just always been like a very free spirited individual. And I feel like that in turn can like bite you in the ass because you attract a lot of people who don't have that great of an intention. And it's almost kind of like you feel guilty for even having feelings because you're like, well, bitch, this is what you do or whatever. So I mean, it can be very sticky. And I feel like you have to conduct yourself in a mysterious way at times sometimes. And you got to give yourself in doses. And I just feel like being having to be the cool girl is just it's hindering you from like your best possible version of yourself. Because I mean, I guess everybody's cool in their own right, so you don't have to reach a certain stereotype, I guess.
Jazz, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with energy wholeheartedly. Like with maintaining your identity for one is so important. It is so important for you to know who you are and own it no matter what relation you're in. But I also agree that it is a two-way street. Like, I mean, if you're going to be with someone naturally, I would think you would want to be interested in what they're interested in. I don't know if that makes you the cool girl or what, but when we're talking about compatibility and everything, like, you know, I think that's how you figure that's that new experience that I was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're going to experience from this person or what you're going to learn. So therefore it's like if you're trying to fit in and mimic them, just so that way it makes them happy. And at the end of the day, you're going to be the one unhappy. And it's not going to last. I'm just putting that out there. Stop doing that.
Okay. All right, Britt.
So yeah, I don't think you should like try to be the cool girl. I feel like if you have a connection with somebody, it should be natural. You shouldn't like try to force it. And if the connection is natural, then you should want to do different things with that person and go out of your comfort zone. And yeah, even like with friendships, like I feel like I don't ever change who I am because I feel like I always don't fit in. So I don't ever change that. I just keep it moving and just keep being me. I don't ever try to be the cool girl because it doesn't get you anywhere.
So with the algorithm, since you guys are influencers, I'm sure that you guys have had the good side and the bad side of the algorithm like supporting you. But we all are very aware right now, especially every election season, the algorithm loves to show the negative stuff, because it makes you feel kind of good in a very odd kind of way. What do you think that, sorry, I live next to an airport, so every evening people are just flying. Like, but where are you going? Who is traveling right now? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, okay, sorry. So what what can the honestly though, who is traveling right now? Where are you going? But anyway, okay. That COVID test hurts. Do you want to take it every time you travel? But what can the social media apps, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok, etc., what can they do to incentivize posting positive comments, forgive me, and showing positive content in order to get people to stay as opposed to negative? Let me say that again. Forgive me, that was very contradictory. What can the social media apps do to incentivize posting positive comments and positive content in order to get you to stay rather than the negative? I'm going to start with you, Victoria.
So, I mean, I feel like TikTok in a way already does that just because TikTok is really Generation Z social media app. Like that's their world, they control it and they're all about, positivity and respectability politics. They really in there with that. So I feel like they do a good job of keeping everyone accountable. Like there could be a negative TikTok video and all the comments are didn't pass the vibe check or whatever and I'm like, "Oh wow, like they really be on each other's asses." So I feel like TikTok already does that. It's kind of like if you want to be here, like, just be positive and laugh with us. Don't, be on that stuff. Like people speak out a lot. There's a lot of activism. And I feel like the only incentive is really going to be everybody else um, following suit and so like, keeping each other accountable and like, doing that type of stuff. So
what are your thoughts, Britt?
So I think like as far as, well, for instance, YouTube, they have the dislike button, which I don't like. I think YouTube should get rid of the dislike button because that leaves like more room for people to just leave bad comments and just keep
Yeah.
disliking stuff. Like if you don't like something, then you just like don't like it then. But I think they should really change that.
I have a couple of shout outs to do. First things first, I want to shout out Dwayne Goodson from the Brothers of Legacy, Knucklehead Chronicles. He's on the stream right now. I appreciate you guys. Brothers of Legacy goes live every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they're like mentors for men, but also I feel like they help me interact with men in real life. Because I'm like, oh, okay, so I need to like, behaved a certain way. I need to give a shout out to him. I need to give a shout out to Clark's Mission, aka Nikki. Her why is so strong, so powerful, and her intent is just to help as many people as she can. And I want to give a shout out to her. And the last shout out is to real name Witten, the meanest guy that you know, but also the nicest guy that you'll ever meet in your whole entire life. Artist, podcaster from Everyday Heroes. Really, really appreciate you, real name Witten. Honestly, like he's gonna help me find a husband, and he's gonna officiate my wedding, and I'd be like, thank you for picking him for me, because I don't know how to pick him for myself. So I really appreciate you three for watching. So thank you guys so much. Okay, so energy. The question was, what can social media do to incentivize leaving positive comments and also sharing more positive content?
That's a good question, because I feel like even though there are going to be really positive people, there are still really negative people. And I feel like that's really hard to contain because misery loves company. It's easy to be negative as opposed to like being positive. But I do see like what Victoria was saying, like the TikTok and how like different generations or just people are, responding more towards positive stuff. So I feel like it's all about what the people are responding to. How are they, if you respond to chaos more, that's all you're going to get. They're going to see, that as, okay, that's how we're going to get them to watch. That's how we're going to get them to react. So it's all about, I feel like like how we react. If we only react to like the positive things that are happening in life, then they'll be like, all right, we got to respond with how they're reacting. So that's what I think.
True. All right, Jazz. I'm always nervous when
So
Jazz talks.
I'm sorry. I really think that it's all about perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because what can be negative for one person may not be negative for the next. Like when you have the fighting videos, some people see that as entertainment. Okay, because there's people out here that like to fight. You like to box and all kind of stuff. And as far as Britt, what you said, the dislike button. I don't know. I think we need it. I do think we need that button, because I'm allowed to not agree. I think that's what makes us individuals. You get what I'm saying? If I was to agree with everything you do, then it doesn't really give me no flavor. You feel me? So what altogether, if you want me to post, okay, more positive things, pay me. The end.
I also wanted to
Go
add
ahead,
that
Jackie.
I agree with what Energy said, like about it's what people respond to really, because I'll see sometimes in the shade room comments people would be like, oh my gosh, this is so negative, this page is so negative, and I'm like, y'all realize this is called the shade room. Like this is what it's like, this is the contents for it. So if you don't really want to be following negative stuff, you got to get rid of that, and then your algorithm will change. So when people say they see negative stuff or they see like comparison stuff on like social media, I don't experience that because my algorithm is like more geared towards like other things. So that is weird, like how like Instagram has changed that and like it's amplified that for you.
And I agree with you, Victoria. We believe it or not, we have full control over
Yeah.
what we do see. I mean, yeah, I slip, but like Victoria Facebook, I have a bunch of entrepreneurs, someone who people who post inspirational things, just who are more focused on their talent or their passion. So therefore it keeps me, because that's how I want my energy to be. It's uplifted, inspired, motivated, and all that good stuff. So we do have control, y'all. I don't care what they say.
Yeah. Do you want to add anything else? Forgive me. I haven't been doing like the anyone want to add any things. Forgive me. Okay. So speaking of fighting, the Jake Paul Nate Robinson fight that just recently happened, it's kind of been what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of been like ignore the man behind the curtain for the scandal that Jake Paul is going through right now, because Jake Paul's manager is under investigation for bringing women into the mansion in order to get clout, and he's been using them for sex. But not Jake Paul hasn't been affiliated with it, just his manager. And I would just love to have you guys' thoughts on that. Start with Energy.
I mean, first off, ew. That's like really gross and really disrespectful and disgusting and not cool. So as far as like if that was my manager, if that was somebody that I was close to, first off, there's going to be no way in hell that I wouldn't know. You know, if you have that relationship, if you're close with them, like you would know something is up, and maybe you're in denial and you don't want to believe it, or maybe you're thinking that nobody's ever going to find out, so I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, I would feel like, okay, what am I going to do next? Like, you're going to get help, or I'm not going to work with you anymore. I'm not going to be affiliated. Like, I'm just curious to see, like, I don't really know this person. But now that we're talking about everything, I'm going to follow up and see what he does, because I wouldn't want to be affiliated with somebody like that.
Which is funny because I was texting my best friend and I was talking to her about YouTubers, and she was like, "Who are they? What do they do?" And I was like, "They do YouTube." So I don't really know what to like categorize them as. Victoria, what are your thoughts on this?
I just feel like we've seen. I mean, I'm not a fan of these boys. I think they're brothers, right? There's two of them, right?
Jake
So,
and Logan.
yeah, Jake and Logan. I don't know them. I don't follow them. I don't watch them, but I hear about them often. And honestly, this isn't the first time that they've had like some type of scandal going on. So I just feel like how many more chances is the public going to give these people? Because I know certain other people would be canceled with the quickness. So I just uh I'm gonna do what I keep doing and just not keep watching them because I don't think they really deserve any type of support. Like they've shown plenty of times that they don't.
Do you guys mind if I piggyback off of what she just said? Um, you just said that why do we continue to give these influencers attention when they continue to consciously make these habits that they know that we're going to forgive them for? Victoria.
Yeah, well, I'm speaking specifically on those Paul brothers,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
not in general,
because
because I feel like
it's not the first time they've been under scandal.
yeah, everybody deserves multiple chances in my view, and like I mean, according to what the situation is, I feel like you deserve more than one chance. But they've shown that they're not really going to change their character. I think one of them wasn't he involved in like a COVID scandal like
Yeah.
with the scam, like scamming folks. Like what the hell with these loans and shit. So I don't know. It's a lot. They're always going through something every year or whatever. So
Britt, what do you think?
I think the money's got into their head. Because like I think they were famous like a while back, but yeah, I agree what Energy said. Like it's very disrespectful, and I feel like they think that they can keep disrespecting people because they got all this money and stuff. But if that was my manager, I would definitely get rid of him because it's not a good look.
Jazz, what do you think?
Hey y'all. No, I at what point do we hold do we hold them accountable?
Yeah.
So like if that was my manager agreeing with Britt and Energy and Vic, like you got to go. Okay. It's no different from if I was a business, okay, and you're my employee and you're turning away my customers, you're costing me money. I need my money. Okay, so you got to go. Period. That's all I got to say about that.
Hmm. Okay. So during this pandemic, since my birthday, um, crime has gone down, but domestic violence has gone up in the household. Why do you think that is? And I want to start with Britt.
Okay, so it's a proven fact that money is the downfall to all like most relationships and like the number one reason why people get divorced. So on top of that, when you're with somebody like 24/7 in the same room, in the same little small apartment, like obviously you're gonna clash heads, not only just about money now, but with other little things. So I can see how like domestic would be going through the roof right now.
Victoria, what are your thoughts?
I agree with Bray. Sometimes money can be a real stressing factor, and COVID has ruined a lot of streams of income for several different types of people, even the influencers we're talking about. So, I feel like with that paired with, hey, you at home, it's like you're gonna find any little thing to trip about, especially because when you don't have a place to escape to, that's why also I think everywhere should be open because people's mental health is really at risk. It's just as important as physical health to me. So I feel like when you're just in the house 24/7, like, and you're not really getting air, you're not really going out, you're not doing the things that you like to do, your tempers are gonna rise. So people will resort to that. So I see it going up, and I've seen people who like I've seen like a lot of first time domestic violence cases. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's like a lot of it's a lot of stress right now. So I don't know what can be done to help like calm it down, but yeah.
So I want to read a comment by Dwayne about influencers. Any influencer continues a behavior because it's either A, not punished, we accept it and don't require accountability, and we continue to provide a demand for their supply. And something he also said about domestic violence, you're forced to spend time. You find how much you really don't like people. And I agree with that. And I want to piggyback off of what you, Victoria, and Britt said that let's just keep going. Okay, energy, what are your thoughts? No, I remember what I wanted to say. I remember what I wanted to say. So I want to piggyback back. Jazz, I'm going to come back to you in a little bit. I want to go back to you, Brittany, and you, Energy, because you guys are both in relationships. Victoria, I don't know if you are in one. Forgive me if I'm neglecting you. Victoria's facial, I love Victoria's facial expression. She's like, girl, no. But Energy and Brittany, as people who are in relationships, do you find that COVID has made your relationship stronger or weaker? Going back to Brittany though first.
So for me, when me and my man we met in like right before COVID. So we're still like getting to know each other. So for me, I feel like it's kind of made us stronger and more closer together, because it's a new relationship. So
So
yeah.
Energy, the two-part question, do you think, what are your thoughts on domestic violence rising relationships? And as a married woman, how do you think COVID has affected your relationship?
Right. So first, I think I agree with Britt and Victoria. When you are changed, like your schedule, everything has shifted. So now you're working from home. You don't have an escape. You don't have this space where you can just be by yourself. And when you're with an intimate partner every day, all day in one house or one apartment, whatever the space is, you get to like see how people live, how people work, and a lot of different opinions come up, or it's just like you might go crazy because what else is there to do? And with that, you're I guess like a lot of people, it's like the saying where it's like you attack the people that you love the most, because you're able to be vulnerable with them and you believe that they're gonna just accept you for all of your sides, even those really negative, nasty sides. So yeah, I feel like that's a major reason why everything's going up. As a married woman, I would totally agree that COVID has impacted my marriage, for the good and the bad. I would say in the bad in the beginning because we were just getting used to like being all over each other all day, every day, and not having that outlet, not having that ability to like talk about it, talk to other people about our challenges, our relationship issues, or just whatever the case may be. There wasn't anyone else physically there. But then we realized like, okay, this could be a lot of fun, or we're now learning new things about each other. We're trying to just enjoy our space, or we're also setting better boundaries. So since we both work from home most of the time, we'll be in two different spaces, even though like our apartment is a little small. We'll try and just have our time, have our space to ourselves, or we won't talk so much like during the day because we're busy working, and then when we are done, then we come back together. So we just need that space. Everybody needs a healthy amount of space.
All right, Jazz.
So with domestic going up, I think with Victoria, she asked like how to fix it. I would say, why is therapy a luxury?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe it should start like in middle school. When we start in touch with, I guess, the outside world and those influences and different things like that. Because y'all, for me, cold is like, what's up? I done been here before. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not stressing like that. You know what I'm saying? Other than the fear, not necessarily a fear, but other than the thought of being sick. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That may be single Jazz talking. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is people don't know how to handle stressful situations, and that's the issue, you know.
Wow.
And like knowing yourself, having self identity, knowing that you guys need that space between each other, all of those things help, you know. So um yeah, everybody in the house right now, y'all bound to bump heads, but you know, keep your hands to yourself, damn it.
So I feel like this is not really transparent, but to reiterate, my father is dead. So I was raised by a single mother. And I find that I keep meeting people who have been raised by single mothers. And I would like to know your thoughts on present tense and past tense. Is the fact that we were raised by single mothers contributing to the fact that there is a rise in weak men? And I'd like to hear Victoria's thoughts first.
Okay, so I was actually raised in a dual parent household. So I don't know if I have any like validity to what my opinion is really, but I feel like the absence of fathers it does contribute to like a weakness in men because they don't have that security to know that they're doing things right as a man because they don't have like that example unless there is a different male figure in their life. Then yeah, they miss out on a lot. And so a lot of their tendencies, like I've met a lot of men, like their tendencies are like very like what I would consider feminine like tendencies. Like, okay, you shouldn't be acting like that as a man. And I mean, most of the time it is like from that type of background. So I mean, I don't know if that's the correlation. Maybe somebody else can like really, you know, give their opinion on that.
What are your thoughts, Brittany?
So I think every little boy and little girl, even like grown-ups, like we all need like our dad. And unfortunately, like when my dad passed, my little siblings won't get to know like what it's like to have that father figure. And now looking at them, how they act toward my mom, you can see that they need that father figure to bring them up and to teach them right from wrong. Because, you know, we have a mom and a dad for a reason. So you have to have both parents. It's important.
Energy, what are your thoughts?
First off, I don't necessarily like the term weak. Because
Mm.
I don't necessarily think that they are like weaker. I think they are broken. I think that they have been through traumatic events, not having, you know, a father figure. For instance, like for my story, I both of my parents passed, so I was raised by my grandparents. More so raised by like my grandmother, but then I've seen like just in my family, single mothers, and I would say single mothers are incredibly strong and model and mirror that to their sons. I think not having a father is damaging to your, you know, mental and emotional well-being. So I feel like that doesn't necessarily make you weak. However, if men are not able to identify that and figure out like, okay, why am I exhibiting toxic behaviors? Why am I having issues with masculinity or ego and stuff like that? I feel like a lot of that comes from not having them and not being able to, you know, properly cope or process it or get the help that they need to, you know, just heal. And if you haven't healed, you're going to damage yourself and you're going to damage other people around you.
Jazz, what are your thoughts?
Energy, that was really powerful. I
Right.
agree with you as far as not calling them weak. I like because that if I was to they're weak, that's almost like her attack on myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised by a single mom. I didn't meet my dad until I was about 13 or so. So um, both of my brothers, one of my brothers do have their dad in their life, and then the other one doesn't, but they're incredible. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing great, have a very strong head on their shoulders. So, and that's just my experience. But I have seen in other cases where in my personal case, I'm just like, I wish I would have had that guidance from my father, for certain things, that you men usually are masters in that topic. You know what I'm saying? So I think for sure the mothers do the best that they can, but it is so much powerful when we are able to work together.
This is something that I did not send to you guys, and I apologize. If you don't want to reply to this right now, I completely understand, because I did not, like I said, I didn't send this question to you guys. But thank you, Jess. But this is something that I heard this morning when I was at the gym. They did this survey of 13-year-old girls, and they asked them, "What do you want to do?" And majority of them said, "I want to be famous." And then they asked them, how are you going to be famous? And 30% of them said, "I'm going to make a sex tape." I would love to know your thoughts on this. We'll take a beat for a second so you can absorb that. And then I would love Energy to answer first whenever you feel ready. Like I said, I did not send this question to you guys, and I sincerely apologize. I'm already late. I'm throwing a random question at you guys.
Did you say they were?
Huh?
How old babies?
13. They were all 13-year-old girls.
Okay,
from various
answer.
demographics. And then whenever you're ready, and like I said, if you don't want to answer it right now, you don't have to. It's totally random.
No.
I'm breaking. I've already messed up my professionalism, so I might as well keep doing
it. You're fine. No worries. I'll answer. Wow, that's sad. That's really sad. Because I can remember being 13, and honestly, I was 13 and still playing with Barbie dolls. I was 13 and not really knowing what sex was. Or how to have sex, or sex tapes. Like, these are things, like, it's so different now. Like, kids are going through so many different things, so they're being so exposed to like so much stuff. So I guess it's shocking, but at the same time, maybe it's not. Maybe, kids are talking about these things a lot earlier, apparently. But yeah, that's sad that would be their first choice on how to be a celebrity, and that's not necessarily, it's not positive, so it's not like, wow, yeah, I don't know, that just makes me concerned for the kids, because what are they really going through, and on a daily basis to even think about that. I don't know.
Jazz, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, honey. Y'all, I'm about to have a 13-year-old this year. So, I'm going to beat them. I'm just playing. Really and truly, I believe, I really believe that, yes, I can. Y'all, I believe it goes back. What do I think about it? It goes back to parenting. We're letting the electronics and raise them way too soon. Yes, honey, we all know your baby is a 2-year-old genius because they know how to work an iPad. Okay, wonderful. But for me, what I really try to push and instill in my children is self-care. You know what I'm saying? Helping them learn to identify themselves. Okay, so that it's not, I feel like they're not busy enough in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. That kind of just threw me off. But what I'm saying is, don't give your kids too much free time, but I'm not telling you to make them do chores all day. That's not fun. Okay. And yeah, these girls, these kids, they're being influenced for sure. They're watching the videos. They know all the words to the songs, And it is sad. It's very disheartening. But yeah, we got to do better, because I think that's definitely a reflection of parenting.
Victoria, what do you think?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I feel like that's also a reflection of parenting. Just because your child has access to certain technology and social medias doesn't really mean that, you shouldn't be monitoring them, because parental control still exists. You can still add some restrictions here and there. You can still tell your child, hey, if you want the social media, I need your password, because when they like stuff, it tracks it all, so you can see what they're getting into. And I'm not saying like you have to shield them from, like, those realities. Like, I mean, it's just when it comes up and you know that they know about it, you can start ushering in certain conversations that would further prepare them. But you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. The whole 13-year-old saying like I do a sex tape, that sounds about right. I worked with kids, and this is how
Yeah.
teenagers really talked. And then I remember being a kid, and in middle school there were girls like that always talking about, oh, I'm pregnant, like, and they weren't really pregnant and stuff like that. So I mean, it's I feel like it's not really new, but it's definitely because like the Kardashians are on top. I don't know who else has had a sex tape, but OnlyFans is popping too. So there you go.
Dwayne just said, I don't think it's different now. I'm 41 years young and knew that at 13. However, to your question, Ashley, they are reflecting what they see. Home, school, neighborhood music, world star, etc. Beat them, Jazz. I don't think y'all should beat them. No. We have to stop being oblivious. We know who we were and how we acted, but we be like, not my kid. I agree with that, Dwayne. I agree with that. All right, Britt, what are your thoughts on this?
So yeah, like Energy said, I was 13, even 14, and I was still playing with Barbie dolls. I did not know what any of that stuff was. And that goes back to the generation. Like the generation was different. We didn't have a lot of technology like how we do now, and all these influencers. And it goes also back to like self-love, and you need to have self-love for yourself and have that parent figure, that father figure, to teach you like, okay, that's wrong, like this is what you should do. Like, and we also need to have
Yeah.
more positive influences, like as celebrities and people, like this is how you can be a boss, and you don't need to do it this way, you can do it another way, and we need more of that.
So we all are aware that life is suffering.
Here's
Oh no, no, go ahead. No, 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 go ahead, Jazz. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, one of my wheels is broken. That's why I'm falling. You're gonna say something.
I do want to say, it was the percentage that kind of threw me off. Like that was
Yeah.
surprising to me. But like Dwayne said, yes, we were aware of it. And it is part of the environment, but once again, it goes back to, knowing yourself and all that good stuff. But I also want to say that I don't necessarily believe that having a sex tape is a bad thing. I feel like if that's your what they say, prerogative or whatever,
Prerogative.
I don't, you know what I'm trying to say.
No prerogative.
Yeah, if that's what you're into, and if that's what floats your boat and gives you life and energy, and you're mastered it, do your thing, shawty. But I just wouldn't, you know, advise for a child to, just make that their career choice. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't even experienced the full act of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know at what you're getting yourself into. But if you have a full sex and the audience and who's watching and how it's going to affect your life, and that's still what you want to do, by all means, do you, shawty.
So as I was saying, we all know that we have to suffer in life because that's how you grow. That's how you get better. That's how you sometimes you have to learn the hard lessons in order to be grateful for your breath, to be grateful for your sight, for all that stuff. But we all have to suffer in life. So how do you choose to suffer? And I'm going to read Dwayne's comment first while you guys think on that. We just wasn't getting caught. Oh, I wish I would have said that aloud. Yeah. We just wasn't getting caught. We were playing hide and seek and go get it at 12. Why are you calling us out, Dwayne? We like to say the new generation is worse. Where they get it from? We forgot. We blazed the trail they're on. Yo, side note. So there's this movie theater around the corner from my house. That was a spot to like meet guys, and like we was like flirt with them. I remember once my aunt pulled up, and she was like, "Get in the car." I'm like, "You're embarrassing us." It was so funny. It was so funny because she was just so loud and embarrassing us. And she was like, "Do you know how old they are?" And I'm like, "Don't say how old I am." But it's true. Like we're just getting caught. That's it. We were caught at that age. Now it's okay because we think that they're grown, you know. But okay, so in life right now, how would you like to suffer? And I want to start with Victoria.
Yeah, I didn't really get what you meant by like, how would I like to
Life,
suffer?
if life
I'm
is
actually
suffering,
trying.
how what suffering would you like to endure?
None of it. I've been through enough. I don't even want to speak that into existence anymore. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to pass.
All right, Brittany.
Yeah, I agree with Victoria. I don't really want to, because I already suffered mental illness and I already suffered loss, so I already know what those feel like in pain. So I don't want to speak it out because I don't want any more bad luck.
All right, Jazz.
Y'all, if I'm gonna suffer, it's gonna be suffering from no sleep, from working hard, you know what I'm saying? Getting
Yup,
up, doing the things that I don't want to do, but knowing that they're good for me. That's how I'm
yup,
suffering.
yup. And energy.
I like that, Jazz. I really like that. How would I want to suffer? I mean, I guess for me, like being there for my friends and my family and listening to their hardships and being there for them because I feel like I'm an empath and I can relate to how they're feeling. And when they're hurting, I'm hurting too. So
All
that's
right,
about
awesome, awesome.
it.
Okay, where can we like you, stalk you, follow you, everyone? Starting with energy.
So you guys can follow me on Instagram. I am Energy, ENERJY. I'm also on Twitter, I am Energy, Facebook, I am Energy, YouTube, I am Energy, where you can get all of my music and just follow me on my day-to-day shit.
Yo, you collab with a lot of hip hop artists, or I guess like two that I since I started following you.
Yes, I'm
That's
trying
so
to collab with
cool.
more. So if anybody knows somebody, let me know.
All right, Victoria, where can we like you, stalk you, follow you?
So on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Vividly Vic. TikTok locked myself out the account, so the Vividly Vic. And my podcast is served on Sundays on Instagram. So yes.
Oh, no, you guys have a drive that you're doing for the holidays for Christmas. What
Yes,
was
we
it again?
do. We're
Yes,
doing an
please.
Angel Tree Drive, so you have until the 10th to sign up if you need some help getting some gifts. We do have people who actually like really like to donate, so we're deciding to like do something for the people. So yeah, link in the
Awesome,
bio.
awesome, awesome. Dwayne just said suffer isn't necessarily a bad thing. We've given it a negative connotation. It means you've grown through, aka survived. Growth requires uncomfortability. I can't read. I just noticed this recently. But okay, Jazz, where can we stalk you?
All right. Instagram, you can find me at my personal page is jazz_queen_lioness. You can also follow my nail page, Jazzy B Nailed It, and catch me on the book Jazz DID Lioness.
Facebook, right?
Yes, that's on Facebook. And also don't forget to watch Everyday Heroes. Gang gang. Catch us on YouTube, y'all. On Google us. We on all streaming platforms.
And Britt, where can we follow you and stalk you?
Okay, so you can stalk me on Instagram, Britt the 5-star chick, and then also subscribe to my YouTube channel at Britt the 5-star chick.
Oh my God, yo! I don't know if you guys noticed, but Britt is viral right now because you did how to make a set up a hookah.
Yeah, so I had a school project and I was like not that excited about it to make it, so I did about how to make a hookah. So I put it up on my YouTube channel and I'm now up to 6.7 thousand views. So this shit's growing.
Everyone's like at home, like how to set up a hookah.
That's amazing.
And you're helping them. You're helping them stay at home and stay safe. And I'm
Yeah.
very pro that. I'm
Yeah.
very pro. Like I know that like Oregon just decriminalized everything, but at the end of the day, as long as you're home and you're safe, whatever, just don't drive. You know, don't do it at the club. You know, last question. Fighters fight for glory. Survivors want to see the next day. Are you a fighter or a survivor? And why? We're going to start with Victoria.
I feel like I'm a fighter. I'm consistently always really trying to, I wouldn't say prove myself, but I would say be myself, just because I feel like a lot of times in different spaces, my personality is not always encouraged or whatever. And I really do my best to make sure that there's a space for me. So I create like what I create my own lane wherever I go. That's and I have to fight to do it. So it's really not easy because like Britt was saying earlier, I always feel like I'm not the one that fits in. So yeah, that's I would say I'm a fighter.
You're very interesting. I feel like I said this in our most recent talk, because if we lived in the same city, I'd be like, I want to hang out with you all the time. So when you say stuff like that, it throws me off a lot.
Well, a lot of people say that they would want to hang out, and I'm sure, like, I mean, I have great energy. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I have great energy. So, I mean, it can be a good time sometimes, but people don't realize, even though, yes, I can be very animated and upbeat, I can also be very, like, sarcastic, and I can also be very blunt. Like, if you do something I don't like, I'm not holding back on that, and you would just have to take it, and some people can't take it, and that's not my problem, you know?
This is a little bit of behind the scenes, but when we had our chat, no, before we had our chat, I was talking to Jazz and I was like, I really want her on this table talk. And I was like, I'm scared to ask her because I know that, I swear to God, ask Jazz, because we were crying about it. I was crying. I'm always crying every time I call Jazz, I'm always crying. So I think that, I don't know, for me, I love your passion. I love your realness. And I think that as a woman, if you're opinionated for some reason, like today, someone said to me today that I'm very frustrating. And I'm like, why? Because I think, you know? So from a selfish perspective, from Ashley's perspective, I think that you're great, Victoria. And I hope that we continue to work together in the future. Screw Brittany and Jazz and ENERJY. Screw all of them. I'm kidding, guys. But like, honestly, I really appreciate you being here, Victoria. Okay. Brittany, are you a fighter or a survivor?
I used to be a survivor, but now I'm a fighter. I fight every day to just, keep going in life, because every day there's things that get thrown at me. So I'm trying to fight and be the person that I'm supposed to be. So definitely
So a little
a
bit of context about me and Brittany's relationship. How did we find each other? Gary V?
Oh my God. I feel like it was so long ago.
Years ago. Like when Brittany and I were at rock bottom, feeling so sorry for ourselves. And now it's like, now we're here, but like here is, like neither of us are making any money, but like, but it's so cool seeing how, if honestly you like see our day one videos, like I feel like I'm growing up with Brittany, and
Yeah.
I feel like I say this too often, Brittany, but I always thank you for growing up with me.
Thank you. No, it's been like I said, like I feel like I'm around people, but I'm not connected. But yeah, I met you. I've never met you in person, but I'm connected to you more than people around me. Like
yeah, right?
It's crazy.
All right. Energy, are you a fighter or survivor?
Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit of both. I'm a survivor, being that I've been through a lot and I've gone through stuff and I'm still going through things. So I'm sure that I'm still gonna have to survive some future experiences that I'm not, that I don't know of yet. But I also feel like I'm a fighter because I am doing what I have to do every day, even though, I've been through stuff. So I like to think that I'm both, because that survivor mode gives me that strength. It gives me that resiliency to fight these battles. So I like to think I have both.
And I just want to say this about you, Energy. Energy gives out so much free, affordable content in order to, I feel like this pandemic has been going on for like years, but like if we're being realistic, this is going to go on for the next, until at least 2022. And if you're having a very hard time coping, you need to talk to someone, you need to meditate. Energy is the place to go. Like I listen to her music all the time. Like I love it when she does like her lives and like she's like breathe. I'm like, I don't want to breathe right now, Energy. She's like breathe. I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't care. But like that's the place that you need to go to if you need to just breathe. All right, Jess, are you a fighter or survivor?
I'm with Energy, baby. I'm fighting I'm surviving to continue my fight.
Wow.
Okay. I have, for me, I have a lot of work to do still, so we don't know what's to come our way. I just pray I make it beautiful.
Wow.
So there it
I
is.
just pray I make it beautiful. I feel like I've kind of like adopted Jazz as like my best friend and sister. And I'm always like uncomfortable saying that a lot because I'm like, what if she secretly hates me? But honestly, like I honestly feel like she's like the internet's best friend. And if you're not friends with Jazz, then like you're really screwing up in life. Because she's always your cheerleader. When you're hating yourself, if you murdered someone, she'd be like, well, they probably deserve to die. Like that's Jazz, And I really appreciate all of you ladies for this talk. I really feel like you've really opened my mind up to stop being so narrow-minded. And I hope that this reaches at least one person. And I appreciate you taking out your time. You can unmute yourself now.
Thanks for having us, love.
And I was in jail.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad that we unmuted ourselves
Thank
really
you.
recently.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry. I'll be better next time.
No, you're so fine. This is like actually perfect
Thank
timing.
you.
Thank you. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for who is watching till the end. There's no prize, but I hope that you trip over a pot of gold and find a leprechaun. Remember, don't bribe with the leprechaun. Don't bribe with the leprechaun. It's going to be a bad idea. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you too.
Nice meeting